Hello, Cancer. This is your love and relationship reading for August 2018. So I'll be cutting the cards in just a few more seconds. Okay. All right. Your first card is a Nine of Cups. You have strength. And you have a Four of Pentacles. You have a Five of Swords, a Knight of Cups reversed, a Knight of Swords. This is a Six of Pentacles reversed. I have the Hangman, and then I have a Six of Wands. The first thing I want to address is this Knight of Cups in the middle. This is associated with Pisces, by the way. But it's still water. And whenever cups are reversed, as you guys have heard me say time and time again, it's usually associated with emotions also being reversed. Depression, sometimes it can mean being emotionally selfish. Usually the Knight of Cups is open and intuitive and romantic and emotionally open. Okay. But when this is in reverse, it can mean someone, if this was someone that you knew, it would be someone who's unfaithful, who's not emotionally committed, and as I said, emotionally manipulative as well. Now, as far as, I'm not saying that's who you are, Cancer, but I will say that it feels as if some of you are dealing with a lot of anxieties and fears and doubts, and that there might be a big issue with trust in this relationship. So you do have this cup this Nine of Cups right here, and the connotation of the Nine of Cups is usually a good thing, because the Nine of Cups is usually associated with friends and family gatherings, just having, just being surrounded by your loved ones. So I'm seeing sort of like things starting off here with the Nine of Cups. And then I'm starting to see this Four of Pentacles and Five of Swords coming along and sort of bringing a little bit of stubbornness and some type of conflict or disagreement that I kind of feel like some of you Cancers might not be able to resolve, because the Four of Pentacles is a very stubborn card. It's about unwilling to change, unwilling to take chances. Now, as far as major arcana cards, you have Strength over here, and usually strength is about having courage. Strength is about being able to sustain through difficulties. Okay, it's about using your personal power. You see that infinity sign above her head. And so my first impression is that, especially from these three cards, you Cancers are using your personal power. You're the ones holding the relationship together. But at the same time, it feels as if um, there's a little stubbornness with your love interest or partner. And that's going to play out, especially with the Six of Pentacles reversed. The other major arcana card is the Hangman. And the Hangman is about dealing with personal difficulties, accepting change, trying not to fight change and things you can't control. You'll see that he's hanging upside down, and there's nothing he can do about it at this time. But you see this halo of light around his head because he is, even though he's in a very difficult situation, he is still learning from the experience. And so, yes, strength and the Hangman complement, they work together because you need strength to deal with situations you have no control over. The only thing you have control over is how you react and how you respond to those difficulties. And I feel like this is a response to what's going on with the other person being stubborn, the other person being contentious, the other person being even passive aggressive. And you can see that here because you have this Five of Swords, and this Knight of Swords is headed right towards the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is reversed. So clearly the Knight of Swords is winning as far as energy, as far as this situation. That I feel like some of you Cancers might even be emotionally manipulated in some way. So this plays out, obviously, in different ways. Sometimes for you, some of you Cancers might be dealing with this in an extreme situation. And then some of you are dealing with this stubbornness and infighting and conflict in more mild situations. So when we get here to the future, it seems pretty encouraging here. Yet, because you do have that Six of Pentacles. And remember, Pentacles are about the physical material world. I feel like what's going on with the Six of Pentacles is someone backing off from you, someone not being as generous and open. Usually this, when it's reversed, it's associated with being cheated, someone taking advantage of you. I feel like because the Hangman follows the Six of Pentacles, it seems to be more about someone walking away from you, someone not seeing you for a while. Oh, I can't do this, I have other plans. Someone not getting their way and they're trying to punish you. So there's nothing you can do about that. Note how you still have that pentacle hanging above his head. And I feel like it's the oracle saying, hey, you might not have control over this physical situation, but you need to hang tough here. So your knight is hanging upside down, your hangman hanging upside down. This theme of being out of control of a situation and worrying about it and being emotionally turned upside down seems to be playing out here. But the good news, you've got the Six of Wands, which means that it's not about controlling this other person. It's about you gaining victory. What can you do when you have someone who's stubborn and manipulates you? Well, they only have that power if you let them. And I sort of see this knight holding the wand. And yes, even when someone holds one wand in the Six of Wands, it still means your will, your personal power, your courage. And I feel like this knight in the Six of Wands is coming to rescue you, this hangman. But it can only happen when you decide that you don't need to be in the situation. Instead of trying to fight to change someone, change yourself. Change the way you're seeing the situation and see yourself as powerful. So let me go ahead and pull the outcome card. You have an Eight of Wands, and this actually showed up in the outcome for another reading this month. I'm not sure who. But the wands seem to be, this Eight of Wands, it seems to be reinforcing this Six of Wands. It seems to be saying things are going to start moving ahead. There's going to be some travel. There's going to be some very exciting things. Sometimes this Eight of Wands is called the arrows of love. But in general, it's usually about things moving very, very quickly. And it could also mean in some ways that you've been waiting, and then all of a sudden things start speeding up. And it can mean long distance communication. I kind of feel that it could be not just about long distance communication, but you going through a very difficult time in this relationship, or an obstacle that came between you and your love interest or partner. And it's a very difficult time. It really tested the relationship. That's what I'm seeing here with that Five of Swords. And so, excuse the music. And so now you have this Eight of Wands coming to just bring it all together again. So Cancer, that was your reading. And I want to thank my new sponsors on Patreon. I really appreciate this. And by the way, if you are a Patreon sponsor, you are getting this reading 3 weeks in advance. This reading was available July 8th. So if you become a sponsor of my Patreon page or my tarot readings, you get a lot of nice little goodies like early readings, special readings for single people, tarot lessons, which will be starting this summer. Okay, special discounts for my readings, free readings. A lot of you have been very faithful supporters of my readings for at least a couple years, so I definitely want to thank you for that. So more goodies and fun things are on the way here. But thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful summer. And as always, I wish you love and light.